Being nice won't get you laid. That's facts. When I started getting into dating, I believed that I had to accommodate the girls that I was going out with. Play nice, be cool, and we'll get some action going, right? You wanna know what I got out of that? Crickets, bullcrap excuses, and pity rejection texts. All of my early first dates went like that. And then something just snapped, something inside of me. And from that point on, I went from sucking up to girls to having them sucking up to me and onto me.
Yeah, boy.
I'm gonna walk you through how I went from being a nice guy to consistently smashing on first dates. And as always, I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. Let's get into it. So back in the time before my early 20s when I had zero dating experience, I had contrasting beliefs on relationship dynamics. On one hand, I grew up watching Disney movies, American TV, and Hong Kong dramas where the love stories within them were romantic by nature. Main guy meets main girl, slowly builds a relationship with them, and eventually culminates things with a kiss and then marriage. Blue pill stuff. Hell, PDA was quite taboo in them early 2000s HK dramas as most of them just ended up with a hug instead of a kiss. On the other hand, there was prom. My old man wasn't slick with them VHS tapes, so when little old me popped one into the TV, I was flabbergasted when I saw all that glizzy globbering and jackhammering. I was like, damn, this is what adults do after all that romancing? This is how kids are made? And that was the knowledge gap that I had before I even went on a single date. I had to somehow make a date happen, somehow raise a girl up over time, and then somehow find an opportunity to do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. I also adopted another popular dating belief, the free date rule. I don't know who made this or how it became so popular, but all I can say is that this shite set me back hard. Now let's move forward to my early dating experiences. I started by creating a Tinder account and set forth to see how my chances would fare. When I landed my first real date, I was ready to test everything that I knew. So here was my plan. I'm gonna hug her to start and then we'll go get some food, get to know each other, and I'll pay for the meal. Then we'll walk around and just go with the flow. Find something, do something. And once things slow down, I'm just gonna hug her again and then dip. Remember, I adopted the free date rule. I'm gonna be respectful and play it safe for a second date, and then work up the courage to make major moves on the third date. For the first couple of years, all of my dates would be about the same. The vibes would be friendly, the conversation would be good, and I would refrain from making a move because I believed that I could save it for another time. But then reality set in. I would ask to hang out again and get ghosted, get some lame excuse, get told that they didn't feel a connection. But we had a good time. I was respectful and nice. How could they treat me like that? Gradually, I started getting bolder and incorporated some new moves. Now instead of hugging it out at the end, how about a kiss on the cheek? I got my first kiss by asking for it while quaking in my boots. And after that, I started getting kisses mid-date. But they all ended up the same way. Failure. And the final nail in the coffin was a date with the hottest and most interested girl at the time. She took initiative in our messages and texts and responded favorably with our in-person conversation and touching. Like, bruh, I was going crazy during this date. We made out numerous times. I was picking her up and she kissed the fry out of my mouth and I was on top of the world. But when it was time to head out, she looked at me longingly and asked what we were doing next. And I knew that meant she wanted me to take her home. And I froze. Oh no, I had never done this before. This was supposed to be my big break, but I couldn't do it. I can't take her home to my parents' house. Hell no. But I wanted her. I wanted this so bad, but it didn't feel right for me to push through. Eventually I decided to, but by then it was too late. I was exposed. I put on a hell of a show just to fumble it at the end because I truly did not know what the hell I was doing. And damn, this devastated me because I felt like I had given up the chance of a lifetime and I had been down bad for so long. But then I had a moment of clarity. This sparked the entire mental shift I needed to get my shite together. I realized that she wanted to smash me more than I wanted to smash her. I can and was supposed to smash on the first date. At that point, I immediately dumped all of my doer thoughts and focused up. I wasn't useless. I wasn't unattractive. I had options. I had a solid date game plan. All I needed to do was plan to close. I had to remind myself that I am a goddamn man who has to take responsibility and initiative for what I wanted. And I wanted the hit. And the realization that a good number of these chicks wanted the same thing assured me that this was the game to play. And I was going to play it. So I got my own place. And the next opportunity I had, I sealed the deal. And you want to know the first thing I felt afterwards? Relief. Relaxed. I BS'd myself for years that something like this was supposed to be hard when it was actually quite easy. All I had to do was stop being a pussy. I didn't want to leave things up to chance. It's my job to improvise, adapt, and overcome. And after all that, it was time to start having a little bit more fun by getting more creative and pushing my limits. Forget dates that go on for hours. I was going from meet to meet in 30 minutes. I was sorting out girls quickly that weren't on the same page and setting up many dates with utmost efficiency. If I established good vibes with a chick and she came home with me, that's a wrap. Period. I was diverting plans to suit my needs, and I never felt like an imposter doing so. I'm a grade A. Humps up Lowell. And the whole irony about being such a straight shooter is that I had better interactions overall. I was quickly disposing of B-words that weren't interested or time wasters. I had more interesting messaging and text conversations, and I had way more fun on these dates. But more importantly, I had more follow-up dates. 9% of modern day fuckery comes from sexual tension. But once you smash, it's gone. We're bing chillin after that. This is the cold hard truth when it comes to respect between men and women in dating. Women don't respect passivity or being nice if they're attracted to you. They respect a man who can act on both of their desires and make her comfortable doing so. Having the balls to escalate and push things forward is fundamental if the interest is there. You'd be surprised at how many interactions most chicks have with guys like old me who are afraid to push the envelope. Being polarizing makes you different and attractive. So let's cap things off by saying that modern dating has been fast-paced for more than a decade now. And if you want to have an overall good dating experience, then you need to get with the program or get let off. Because if a chick wants you and you won't take her, then someone like me definitely will. And that's all for this video. If you're still here, I appreciate you as always. You should like, subscribe, and comment if you're based. Join my Discord server Basecamp for free guides and resources, as well as a community of guys like me who can give targeted advice for things like dating, fitness, fashion, and whatever else you need. And lastly, if you're a working guy who wants his dating life taken care of, you can apply for coaching below. I take care of everything for you. I'll take your photos, run your conversations, and then all you gotta do is go on these dates and do what you will. I've helped guys with zero dating experience go on multiple dates per week and crazy escapades within days of working with me. So if you want to have your dating life resolved, book a call with me and we'll go from there. That's all for now. Stay based, and if you ain't smashing, you're passing. Bye-bye!